All right. Give it a minute here to set up. All right, there we go. All right. All right, so we take the sheets that we did on the 7 unit.
Okay.
And let me just move your face over here. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. And obviously this is a rental, so only one sheet really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one's a little weird. Because I have to note down electric. Because these two here, which I try to remember what this allows me to do as far as patterns or something. These two here are only bills because of the units being empty. Well, the electric would have had a bill for the common area, but it would have been a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So this is current reality for this property, which is that's 921, 923. I always have got a bad habit of not doing that detailed. So we'll print this, and you got to play with your printing to make it fit.
Oh, I know very well about this. Yeah, it always likes to cut something off.
Yeah. And this gives us cash on cash returns. Except I can't do it. Okay, I forgot. My cash on cash return depends on my mortgage tab. Oh, this is in the old format. This didn't even have the mortgage tab in it. Okay. So $324,000. So in the new spreadsheet, we don't have to do this. But in this spreadsheet, we're just going to put in if somebody has a $300,000 mortgage or $280,000 mortgage at 4.5%, because I just got a loan offer of that, 20 years. Boom, boom, boom. What do my numbers look like? So $1,771 a month in mortgage payment. So the AGI value says 342,000 at 12%. The down is 68,000. This is your cash return is, or go your AGI minus 12 times 1772 from mortgage calculator. Boom. So then it's this over that is your cash on cash return. And this over 7 on a monthly basis. This is how, okay, so you're getting a 28% cash on cash return and $235 cash on cash per month per unit.
Sounds pretty good at that price.
Yeah, sounds like absurdly good. And then scale 100%. So somebody would have a tough time arguing with this deal.
Did someone
of course
that price?
Yeah. I mean, of course, this is no maintenance, no vacancy, no management. This is
Oh, sure.
this
Yeah.
is based on AGI, but still, it's reasonably good.
Mhm.
So our marketing is going to be pages 1. All right, so our marketing is going to be that. Of course, this being a listed property is a little bit different. I will still create I sometimes still create PDFs, single page PDFs, but I cheat on my listed properties and I use the MLS to create the PDFs.
Yeah.
Partially because I want them to be consistent. I want them to be clearly that these are MLS properties, and partially because why do it twice?
Sure.
There's not that much different that is in there. So and this is basically you go into print. Boom. So we're giving them this. And then I also like to do a collage of the pictures when I do marketing, which that's a little harder. This doesn't give a good collage setup. It gives an okay. See what it looks like when I do this. Okay, so they have improved this part. Okay. All right, so this gives you a reasonable collage. And on wholesale deals, I do a little more of a hand done sort of. I've got a PDF format that I use, and I'll show you that another time. But once we have these three, I then make sure I go always Craigslist, always bigger pockets. Now here I go to always post it on Manhattan Craigslist. Or I forgot. You always search New York Craigslist because otherwise you'll end up in Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh.
Little less useful.
Yeah.
And I post it there. I post it on Craigslist. I post it on Bigger Pockets. And I've got a couple other sites that I use occasionally. Oh, yeah. And the one I'm doing, and this is mostly because I own the site, is REI Post. Because this I want to, and I'll send you the login for this, but this is, what am I trying to say? When people say, have you got with all of your listings? I've got this and I've got the MLS. That's it. And I keep the two worlds pretty separate. So with Bigger Pockets, I've got a very limited account with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to remember how to post it. It's been so long since I did that.
You post it in the forums?
Now there's supposed to it's again I've not had I do post them in the forums as well. The forums is actually where they primarily go. And then I also go to Meetup, and any Meetup group in the region gets a blurb about what I'm doing, about what I just posted. And I'll do a single blurb about a bunch of properties. So it's Craigslist for Scranton, Craigslist for and whatever big city is near the deal. If the deal is in the West Coast, then I'm posting it on LA's Craigslist. And then I'm doing it on Bigger Pockets, REI Posts, and Meetup. And that pretty much will get, and of course, last but not least, there's two other categories. There's Facebook Marketplace and Facebook Groups. The wholesaler, which if you look at my groups, it's like absurd how many groups I'm in. It literally takes me an hour and a half to post. You know, if I've pre-written it, it takes me an hour and a half to post to all the real estate groups I'm in.
Wow.
This is like if there's ever a thing a virtual assistant can do for me, it's this. But once we've hit CL, BP, REI Post, Meetup, Marketplace, and Groups, I figure we've pretty much covered any real, thing. And what we're posting is we're posting links to the listing, which is where REI Post comes in handy. If it's not an MLS property, if it's an MLS property, it's the MLS. We're posting pictures, and we're posting a link to, or something like a link to. I will then take these PDFs that we created, I'll upload them into Google Drive, and I will post links to these PDFs. I don't want to let people mess with this.
Mhm.
And I'm going to make a new PDF because I forgot to get rid of all this miscellaneous note-taking crap. Oh, and that was the other thing is when I finish making this PDF, I'll show you because I forgot. There's two financial spreadsheets you make. This is the basic spreadsheet. Now there's the pro forma. Electric of $400 a year and no gas. And now look where your cash on cash return is.
So basically, you just take it out from the pro forma.
Well, because what the pro forma is the pro forma, and I'm not sure what the Latin translation is, but this is best case scenario.
Oh.
That's, I think, basically what pro forma means in Latin. This is what you predict you could do with the property. For instance, if I felt confident that his units would generate more rent per month, I would do that. What I do feel confident, so this is no, and this one actually gets 3 sheets, not 2, because it gets rental numbers. Now we say, okay, we're going to plug in $2,000 a month for the basement. Assuming I rent whatever I turn it into, it's making $2,000 a month. Now my insurance is going to go up by $1,000, let's say $1,000 a month. My sewer is going to go up probably by, actually my insurance is going to go up not by $1,000 a month. My insurance is going to go up by, the insurance should actually be $3,400. I think his insurance is ludicrously low.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Insurance should be that. Gotta check the spreadsheet while it's not bouncing. Sewer probably becomes sewer becomes higher. Water probably goes up to 3,000 a year because again, there's more people using it.
Mhm.
Now, actually, if I make this pro forma, best case, I'm not gonna have a water bill.
Right, right.
Well, I'll probably still have 500 a year because I have the
Protection plan?
I still have the laundry.
Oh, laundry. Oh, that's right, laundry.
But if you blow this building out, that's quite a value.
Yeah.
Now, am I making some wild ass assumptions here? Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm probably I'm gonna probably have to go like to 2,500 on my mortgage because I'll have more money invested somewhere somehow. But still, I'm kicking ass on the returns.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And I'll tell you, between you and me, I have a feeling there is something in this cash on cash that might not play out right. I think this spreadsheet has some issues, but the base numbers up top I feel confident about. So we're showing people a pretty powerful package. So basically, if with the pictures, what's in the listing, and the 3 pro formas, they can't make a determination as to how interested they are, then they're not real. And so what I'll do is I'll take these PDFs, I'll pop them all into a zip file, and I will upload that zip file to, pick your favorite cloud drive, and then that link becomes part about the property. You want to know about the property? Here you go. This is everything you ever wanted to know about the damn property. So now I'm going to send this file. Oh, actually, I don't need to. It's already on OneDrive. So this is already on my OneDrive account. So basically, I'm going to send this file along with the ad. And of course, then you've got to write a reasonably good ad for this property. But that's pretty much what it comes down to for marketing any property. And again, depending on your workload, this is really something I'm going to be looking for somebody to help with, is take the properties I have and market them. And we pretty much work out shares on that. What I usually tell everyone is still, for this kind of functional marketing, I don't mind giving you half of the commission, except the MLS commission. The MLS commission, I'll give you half. The MLS commission, I basically have to keep you. The math I do is I take 500 off the MLS commission, or I take 35% off the MLS commission, then I'll split the rest, which basically puts you in the same roughly 1/3 kind of thing. Because of all the MLS costs, I've got a continuing ad, I've got this, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that. So MLS is never as good, but the point is, I don't mind cutting you in, and and with you, I don't mind cutting you personally and Ryan at a higher percentage, just for the purpose of the recording. I'm saying it the other way. But basically, I have to put my MLS expenses in one seat, basically, on MLS properties. But basically, then I'm going to write a blurb up on the property. And I'm going to open up 40 tabs of all the different groups, and I'm going to paste the same ad in every group.
Wow, you would think that Facebook would have by 2020. You think they would have something that would just tie it all together, one thing, boom,
I
all
don't think
groups.
they want you doing that.
Oh, that's that's true. They might call it spam or something, but
I mean, I'm trying to find a bot that will do it. That'll just say, "Oh, every group you have, boom, 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 boom." But then, of course, the problem is I know I'm not in. I don't have a pure Facebook account. If I had a pure one that was only real estate people, but does my self storage group really want to hear about the latest apartment I've listed? Let alone the personal groups, let alone the whatever hobbies or political stuff you've got signed up for. So I haven't figured out the magic bullet to doing it manually, so I still do it automatically.
and there wouldn't be a way to do like use like a macro to do it. Would there be? Or probably not.
If that's possible, I'm certainly open to it. I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, in theory, yeah. I mean, in theory, I imagine if you did a macro and you recorded, I don't think you'd open all the tabs at that point. You would record, go to this one, go to that one, go to that one, go to that one. I honestly don't know how to do a macro.
Yeah, because like at work, we'll have like an Excel spreadsheet and we'll have like say a whole column like that, and we can click whatever we want. And there's a big button that says, do task, and you can pick whatever one you want, and it will do the task that you
Right.
assign it. So that way you could like pick and choose what one to go on there instead of having to like manually do it. But I have no idea how they develop them,
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
but I know it's possible
Yeah.
in some capacity.
I mean, I know in Facebook, I know in Excel how to do macros. I know in Photoshop how to do macros, or at least I used to. I don't know if I'm able to do it anymore. But basically, so it's then boom, 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 boom. Eventually, we want to find a coder that will, if you post on REI Post, it'll automatically go to all these places.
Mhm.
But I haven't coded it to that level yet. But that's pretty much how you market. How you set up the marketing for a property. Now, I'm going to do one here because, in my opinion, what's in here matters. Because most of what you'll see in these groups is this is actually a fairly complete thing. Usually what I'm used to seeing, and of course it didn't show me one now, is this. ARV, price, rehab, message for details. That's not enough for me to even decide if I want to look at it. I mean, I have decided on this one that 180, 2/3 of that is 120. He wants to sell it to me for 2/3 of that. So from my 70% numbers, I would never do it because I want to be done for 2/3 of ARV, 70% of ARV. I don't want to pay that and then add 20 grand on top plus holding costs and everything else. So, but then again, I don't know Conroe, Texas. Apparently there is somebody who thinks that's a good deal for that market. So so for instance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a once I find their create a discussion button. Of course, this would have presupposed that I already created the REI Pro ad for it. Because what the REI Pro ad will have is it'll have the link to the MLS, it'll have the link to the spreadsheets, the link to the pictures. So I can send them to one place. And then I'll basically cut and paste this ad everywhere. I might upload some pictures, whatever, but I don't usually upload pictures because they take longer. I'm giving them pictures, I'm giving them everything else. I'm not having to do that. So REI post, assuming Mike fixed it over the weekend, I didn't even look yet, is we're still working on the functionality here, obviously. But yeah, it seems like we've taken away some categories. Well, this is commercial, so okay, fine. Okay, so we still got some category work to do. I'm gonna have to jump in on this later.
Is he the web designer, Mike?
No, he's my partner on this one and on RECN.
Oh.
And I had built this, he rebuilt it because he wanted to get more into the graphics and whatever. And he's just not really that good with WordPress. So he's kind of a little bit, so it takes us both longer than it would if we just hired it out, but we're trying to learn them so we can maintain them better.
Gotcha.
Also, I did not find a developer that really understood the vision of RECN. This vision's easy. It's Craigslist. Take Craigslist, make it cooler. Fine. And I had messed around with some categories and somehow they didn't get messed around with. But anyway, so basically I would create an ad here and I might just go to the back door and just do it. And create an ad here, putting all the content in the ad and going from there. If you don't want to go to that step, what you do is say, or visit, because on the Flex, share. Well, actually, I always go back to detail. Share the permalink. Take the permalink. Whoopsie. Where did it just go? And the reason that works is because I can upload on this ad, I can add the documents. I can add those PDFs. So I can add the PDF to the listing. So basically, I could right now go, I forgot this was a listed property for a moment. I can right now go and say, okay, boom, there's the ad. And I can go through every group I'm in, every membership I'm in, everything I'm in. I can put this on Craigslist. I can put this on Meetup. I can put this on Bigger Pockets, the same wording. Maybe you change your formatting, whatever, but the point is boom, 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 boom. You can, basically that is what marketing a property pretty much means. And I'm going to change the YouTube while we're
before, so I can now see why you'd want to have like a virtual assistant, because like that's so many
Yeah.
steps per property. I could see that. Yeah.
Well, and basically what it is the steps for marketing the property basically boil down to creating a central URL you're going to send everyone to. Whether that be this, or whether that be this, or whatever, sending them to one spot. Ideally where they can see all your other listings too.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very least, send them to the property. On a verbiage scenario, what I should have said was, and I'm a little out of practice because we've been kind of on vacation the last few weeks. is see all my listings at boom. Because they may not like this one, they may like something else you've got.
Mhm.
And what I'm actually doing right now on my multifamily specialist page is I'm adding I will be by the end of this week able to combine my MLS listings and my non-MLS listings in one place.
Oh, good deal.
I may also accomplish the same thing by having all my MLS listings appear on REI Post. But basically, again, it's about pushing them to one place where they can find everything about what you have available. And so, and again, we can expand or contract the number of places, but it's always Craigslist. It's always bigger pockets. In the forums is actually more important than in the other side. They do allow me up to like it's something stupid like 4 ads a month. Something small, and I've never wanted to spend more than that.
Well, just are we still recording? Because I was going to say something, but I didn't really want to say it on that.
Let me pause that. Let me stop that. Okay, yeah, we'll pause that, and we'll pause.